Welcome to Godly Play. Do you remember that right now it's the purple time? It's Advent. It's the time that we use to get close to the mystery of Christmas. If we don't take time to slow down, we could go right through it and miss what's special about Christmas. So we call this time Advent. This is the card of the prophets. Prophets are people who come so close to God, and God comes so close to them that they know what God wants them to do. God told them to pay attention to what was happening in Bethlehem. And the prophets tell us, stop, look, pay attention. Something incredible is happening in Bethlehem. This is the card of the Holy Family.
We have our house.
Mother Mary and Father Joseph and the donkey on their way to Bethlehem. Mary was very pregnant. She was about to have a baby. So sometimes she walked on the donkey and sometimes she walked on the ground. The whole family was walking a long way. They must have been the last people on the road that night going to Bethlehem. This is the card for the shepherds. The shepherds were out in the fields that night, trying to stay awake to keep their sheep safe from wolves or anything else that would hurt them. So they were awake when the angels came. And the angels came to give them a message. The sky filled up with light. And they heard this singing and they didn't know where it came from. The shepherds were scared. Their heart beat hard and loud. But the message that the angels gave them was, don't be afraid. Something incredible is happening. Drop everything and hurry. Go to Bethlehem to see the child that is going to be born. And on this fourth Sunday of Advent, we remember the Magi. The Magi are people who were very wise. In fact, they were so wise that people thought they were magic. And that's where our word for magic comes from. It comes from the name that they were called in their language, which is Magi. The Magi knew a lot about many things, but the thing they knew the most about was stars. They knew from looking at the stars what time of year it was. So they could tell people, now is the time to plant your crops. Now is the time to take a trip in a boat across the ocean. Now is the time you can cross over the mountain and the snow won't be too deep. But one day, all of a sudden, they looked up and they saw the wild star. It wasn't on any of their star maps, and it didn't stay in one place. It went wherever it wanted to go. It was a dancing star. And so the wise men, the Magi, decided to follow that star. And they followed that star all the way to Bethlehem. But do you know the place that they came from? The Far East. It was so far away from Bethlehem that by the time they got there, the baby had already been born. The Magi were late. The Magi are always late. They are late every year. In fact, they usually don't get there until January 6th. But we still remember them during Advent because they're on their way to Bethlehem, just like we are. This is the candle of the prophets. This is the candle of the Holy Family. This is the candle of the shepherd. Sorry, the shepherds. There's more than one. And this is the candle of the Magi. Okay, can you go back to your spot so that I can light the candles? When Christmas comes,
I saw one.
everything changes again. That's right. The color changes to white. The color of
1, 2,
pure
3, 4, 5.
celebration. You know why we celebrate? Because the baby is born, the Christ child.
Don't put him on the fire.
I'm not going to put him on the fire. When the Christ child is born, it's amazing. But do you know who was probably the most amazed when the Christ child was born?
What?
Probably the old cow. Because the old cow got up the next morning. The old cow got up in the morning and went to its place where it usually gets its breakfast. And what was in its breakfast place? A baby. Someone had put a baby in the manger. Someone had put a blanket over the baby. And the place where the cow usually found its breakfast was a bed. And all that cow could do was look and look at the baby with its big brown eyes.
Eat the candle, eat the candle.
Wait, oh, Emil. Wait, it wasn't time to change the light yet, guys. Okay, Jojo, can you sit back, please? Okay, let's enjoy the light. We have a light for the prophets, a light for the Holy Family, a light for the shepherds, a light for the Magi. Is there something missing? I know, yes, a light for the baby. This is the Christ candle, and we light it on Christmas.
Wow, that's super.
Okay, can everybody sit down and be quiet, and let's enjoy the light for just a minute. Okay, Mateo, can you go turn on the big light again? Because now it's going to be time to change the light. Okay, Emil, let me change the rest of the lights, okay? Watch, we're going to change the lights. This is my job. Please let me do it.
I changed the one that
Do you remember what's happening to the light? It's getting thinner and thinner, and it's spreading out across the whole room. You can smell it in the smoke, and sometimes you can even see it. And just because we can't see the light anymore doesn't mean it's not there. It just means we can't see it. It means that it's taken a different form and it's spread out to go everywhere. It's spreading out to take the prophets and the Holy Family and the shepherds and the Magi and the Christ child everywhere in this room. So anywhere you go now, you can be close to the whole mystery.
Okay. I'm gonna be.
And next time you're here, you can take a look at this whole story for yourself.
Can I play with the sandbox?
Bye.